skills, MCP, hooks, sub-agents, Claude MD, and you're like, when do I use what? We're going to take this mishkabab in our head and mind map this so you can make the most out of Claude Code. Imagine you just hired a brilliant contractor. Now, what do? You need to give them some sort of briefing package, which tells them here's how you're going to work. That's the context. When you start a new project, you do /init, and that creates a Claude.md file, which helps you have memory in your project. Now, let's say your contractor actually needs trade manuals, right? Needs to know how to do something, how to review. Let's say there's repetitive stuff that happens. You're not going to explain it to every single one. That's a skill. It's a repetitive task that then you can have as a skill. But even the best contractor is limited by what's in the job site. And so you might need to sometimes pull different suppliers. So that's MCP, that's your connector. That's your Gmail, Slack, all those different integrations to connect to something outside of where you are. Now, that briefing packet you gave, that was just advice, but your contractor might actually drift. You need house rules. Like, let's say there's building codes. So those need to run on their own. That's what we call hooks. They are deterministic shell scripts that fire automatically at specific events. So before a tool runs, do this. After a file does X, do Y. Nobody has to remind Claude, it just happens. Now, let's say you have a big project. You need specialists. Those are sub-agents. Those are isolated workers, and they have their own fresh context window, and they do heavy lifting in specific things. Now, let's say you have a great setup with the skills and the hooks and the MCP. You could package that in what we call a plugin and hand it to your whole team. So any project could have an instant setup. Now, let's say your solo contractor becomes a full crew. That's what we call agent teams. You have one house lead that coordinates the work, and the rest are specialists. So to put it all together, Claude MD and skills are what Claude knows and can do. MCP is what it can reach. Hooks is the rules that enforce themselves. Sub-agents and agent teams are workers you don't babysit, and plugins are how you share a whole setup. So I hope this is helpful. Save this for later, and as always, happy building.